Welcome back, Mr. Goodberry. The First Star Logistics studio is fully equipped and ready to record.
Bengals on the Brain, presented by First Star Logistics. I'm your host, Joe Goodberry. We're going to continue our draft season film reviews, starting with some offensive linemen. We haven't touched offensive line just yet, mainly because I want them to take an athlete this year. I want them to take a guy that tests, hopefully before the draft comes along. I think that's one of their big issues for why they've drafted offensive linemen so poorly. Um, you look at the hit rate of linemen that test like elite athletes and linemen that make the Pro Bowl and All Pro, and it's an overwhelming indication that you need to draft elite athletes on the offensive line. And we're talking about testing. The combine's coming up in a couple weeks. We'll have pro days after that. And I kind of wanted to wait for that to ensure that we're looking at the right players. But it is the Bengals, and I can't not talk about offensive line because we've been doing that for 8 years now at this point. I feel like we've been mentioning offensive line throughout the offseason and even through the season. It's nauseating at this point that we're still going about it, but it's going to be one of the biggest needs. I would say defensive tackle and right tackle are going to be the two biggest needs for this team in just a month when free agency opens. So let's start with it. And let's start with a guy that I don't expect to test well. And maybe that's why I want to start with him. And he's projected to go in the top 15 or so. And that's JC Latham out of Alabama. Just turned 21 years old on the 8th, February 8th. So all the film we're watching is when he was 20. Keep that in mind. That is one thing. If you're going to take a guy who doesn't test very well, or maybe even average at best, he better be a young player so that he can grow and mature and get to his physical peak when he's 23, 24, 25, and he's got 3, 4 years of experience under his belt. The Bengals did that with Jonah Williams. Mixed results. You know, he wasn't a bust, but definitely never became an all-pro player. For on like different positions, Tyler Boyd was a 20-year-old, 21, and he tested poorly, but you could see it. You know, he eventually overcame that testing because, again, I think a lot of times there's a little bit of a correlation with age and testing. So some of the data on that isn't conclusive. That's just my own feeling. And maybe that's my own way of warming up the players when they don't test very well. But we're talking about a guy who's potentially 6'6, 335. We'll get the full weigh-ins completely when Latham gets to the combine in a couple of weeks. But let's start with him. He only gave up 14 pressures and 2 sacks all year. I've got the Texas game queued up first, where he gave up 2 pressures in that game. Let's see how he did. All right, we've got JC Latham versus Texas, and he's number 65. He is a right tackle, and we're going to watch him climb up to the second level here. So 65 here, and you're going to watch as he releases, and he's going to go for 41, and he's going to get on him and push him inside, allow the running back to cut up behind him. Hey, that's pretty nice for a guy who's supposed to be 6'6", 335. I'll tell you what I do know about Latham, though, as we roll through. And we're watching this live. I haven't watched this film yet, so I didn't mention that beforehand. This is my first exposure. You're seeing it with me as he stones this guy in his first pass rush or first pass pro rep, really, here at right tackle. So on our left side, you're going to see him fake this punch, come back with the left hand. And then as he gets here, you see how his hand is on the elbow of that pass rusher, lifted it up so he isn't letting that rusher get to his chest. He's lifted it off, and now there's no power remaining for the rusher. He's completely out of position there with his hands. So good hand work, way to sit and anchor. Good technique there out of JC Latham. As I was saying, this is my first exposure to him as well. So these are live reactions. This might even be a longer episode than we expect because I'm going to go through every single play here, and the ones that are interesting, we will talk over. So we've got some play action. He's helping with the right guard. Not every play is equal in the evaluation, if that makes sense. Makes me think of it after that, right? If you got a guy who's double teaming, oh, we've got a little lunging action going on there. But if you have him double teaming with someone else off some play action, what do we really value that as? Not much. A percent of a percent. But a one-on-one pass pro rep, and I believe he had 18 true pass sets in this game, or maybe that's the Auburn game we have lined up. I did look at his stats beforehand. Those are worth a lot more. Looks like we got an RPO here, and he's going to lunge. They're all lunging, and nice little move by that DN there. I'm going to let it go full speed here. He just backs away. Sometimes you can give up that ground as a D end, swim him real quick, arm over, let him lunge, especially if his eyes are down. All right, eyes back on 65. He's got to pick up. Nope, no blitz there. Whoa, intercepted. Last year, 2022, we got a really good Texas Alabama game. I believe this one was one as well from the prospects I've watched so far. I think it was Sweat and Murphy we watched, which we can get some of that in this one as well. We've got him run blocking, a little bit of a pancake action going on there. You see he's out of his stance, going to his left, and then head up with 88. Get a little bit of help from that tight end. Well, here he is as he continues to work. The running back goes to the outside, so the D lineman goes with him. Latham adjusts, turns his hips, drives him out of there. Pancake on the run block. Nice, powerful block for Latham. Oh, good adjustment here, too. The guy still ends up getting in there to make the tackle, but you can see here as 95 goes to our left here, Latham's right, his eyes go quickly inside to see who's coming inside. Because normally, if a D lineman's going to spread out, they're probably run blitzing or blitzing somebody inside. And so you see him react real quick, get his shoulder in there, drive that guy inside. 41 does a good job staying with the play, though, to be honest. But good reaction, good quickness, good awareness out of Latham there. Run blocking, drives 45 into the ground here. Eyes down again. I don't like to see that. Latches on and drives through, opening up that backside hole. He's still going too. Nice. Another lunge and miss. That is something to be aware of here. Remember, we're over here. I don't have the circles live. That's only when I do the editing. Okay, so he's lined up. Eyes are up. Yeah, he wants contact. He wants to play in a phone booth, huh? Wants those guys close. Makes me think he would be a really good down drive blocker in a power scheme. Which the Bengals were doing a bunch last year. Or wanted to, I think, in preseason for sure. When, expecting the quarterback to get healthy. Like, here's a play that, he's successful in it, but is it worth much to be able to get your hands on, make sure the guy runs around the outside, the run goes up between the center and right guard. That's a fraction of value here in our overall picture. That's not talking about the player specifically there, but the process, our process. I like to see the power again into 45. Same exact play as we saw before, pretty much. He's helping out with the guard there and keeping his eyes on the linebacker in case the linebacker comes up on this gap. One of these guys are going to have to peel off and get the linebacker typically. But man, you're making that D tackle. His knees are bending. He's feeling that power. He's definitely crumbling under the weight of that massive right tackle, 65 Latham. We got a pass pro rep and a nice one. Way to hold it. Let's go back all the way here. Going against 88 again. You can see he likes to give a little hand fake there. Nice punch with that left hand to the chest. Stones 88 a little bit, allows him to re-get his arms underneath. Now he's in a controlling situation. Very balanced here. Yeah, he looks that's a good anchor there. He looks very, very strong. And I like the hand usage so far on those. Man, he folded 97. So when he looks and when he sees 41 go inside, he knows instantly I probably got a stunt here going. He wastes no time on this. He gets right in the 97 from here, tosses him down. Yes, sir. That is some power. We like that. I would really like to get a powerful right tackle like that. All right, switching camera angles here. Must be second quarter. And nice drive block. Yes, sir. So we're on this side now. Yeah, he's underneath. Like when you see that hand of the defender go around the back, he's swimming. He's begging, he's pleading for some mercy. Hand usage again there. Nice. He you can see with his hand, he flashes him. Now he's reaching. Let's see. Now, a lot of people say, isn't this holding right here? And he does have a penalty in this game, and we don't always know which plays are penalized from the film. But because 97 goes with this rip, and we've talked about this before, when you go with that rip and you turn yourself into this angle into the lineman, so you're basically putting your shoulder and almost your nameplate into the chest of the lineman, it's going to appear like a hold. Now, if you can't beat him and get past his knees and his feet, so if you can get to this point, then they'll call it. If you cannot, and this lineman can keep his butt and back between he and the quarterback, then they will not call it. So let's see. Does a good job staying with it. I mean, that should not be penalized. Doesn't look like it was because you never actually beat him as the D end. You put him in a position where you could have beaten him, but you did not beat him. Again, good awareness on what he thought might have been a stun or a twist there. The guy ended up dropping back into a QB spy. So far, I like what I see out of Latham. Definitely powerful. My first exposure was that Michigan game, the playoff game, and I thought he had a couple really bad reps. Let's see what happens here. You can see him angle inside here on the guard, right? He wants to get a hand on the guard just in case this turns into a twist or a stunt. By the way, the angle this DN takes against him, but that DN's actually just coming in to go for a power move. You can even see the right guard there is kind of coming over as if he believes this is going to be a twist as well, a tackle and stunt, and that's why he comes and helps. So good game by Texas to make it look that way, but not actually bring the stunt, the tackle and stunt. So that makes sense why he gave up a little bit of pressure there. Again, good awareness, knowing the inside guy, and they're really just trying to toy with him. They're delaying this edge guy coming just enough to hold Latham in his spot and then bring the rush. That's why he's got his hand there. He knows there's potentially guys coming in here, and he's got to help inside first if anyone does come in. And then number two, the running back picks that up. Good job just staying on your feet, 33. Getting back up. Good sack, 33. Wow. Really nice. Oh, yeah, we're throwing people down again here. Latham, we're going inside. Are we twisting and stunting? Not gonna let you do it. Throw you down. We got a QB draw. Yeah, he doesn't have to worry about it on a quarterback draw. You guys want to stunt? That's against your own interests. See, I think he even missed here, and he was still strong enough. So you want to get underneath the pads and into the ribs of this guard if possible. He kind of the D tackle does a really good job staying low. So it's really not a fault of Latham, I think. But he still is powerful enough to drive, and I think that is Sweat to drive enough to create a stalemate there. Similar situation there. They keep stunting and twisting. We saw that a lot when we watched the Texas D line. We were watching Byron Murphy, if you remember. They rarely give you a straight up pass rush. He gets one here. Ends up getting the guy down because of, I think that's Murphy that ended up on the ground because we did this play. Murphy couldn't stay on his feet, number 90. I watched another game recently where he was on the other side of the field and he was flashing again. Murphy, that is Byron Murphy. We got a nice pass rep here again, one-on-one, flash of the hand. See, if you watch that flash of the hand, watch how it slows down the rusher. So as he shows it, and it almost makes you want to have contact when you're rushing, when the guy puts the hand up, 'cause if you're the rusher, you wanna swat that hand as soon as possible. If you can break that hand or get it down, you've got a clear path to the quarterback. So whenever they flash it, it's like, "Oh, let me get my move," and now you're out of sync. He does a good job. Good job sticking with it, Latham, and, he doesn't give up much, man. When he makes contact and he's patient and upright, I actually like him in pass pro a lot so far. Okay, we got a little bit of a swim move here. What kind of game is this here? They're faking like they're going to twist, but yet Murphy does come all the way around. That's right. I remember this play now. Murphy misses the sack. We weren't watching Latham at the time, but Latham and the right guard take care of that D end 88 pretty well. Little bit of he's a little jolt this time. This guy's going with power on Latham. Interestingly, he goes on power. So he wants to push, shove, disengage, and maybe you can rip or maybe you can get that arm down. So let's watch. At this point now, you're on your heels, your weight is back in your butt if you're Latham. Can you re-anchor? Can you reset? Yes, very well. Looks good. That looks really good. I mean, those are marks of a good athlete, to be honest with you. It's like when Willie Anderson wouldn't be considered an elite athlete either. Didn't test really well. We're talking about him Hall of Fame. But um, a mark of an athlete, even if they don't test very well, is redirecting, anchoring. And sometimes your feet are off balance. Can you adjust and get them back balanced? What's your core strength look like? Sometimes it's little things that I don't think we see as it may be what if you're coaching kids, you may say, "Oh, that guy's a natural athlete." So when you see that with these guys, and like so far with Latham, from what I'm told, he's not going to test very well. But like I can see he's a natural athlete. He's carrying this 335 really, really well. He doesn't panic. He doesn't look like look at this. Like he gives the arm. Now this guy's going in with the long arm. And watch the left hand now of Latham come in, get control. And his hands aren't great there. His hands are on the outside. And yet nothing. You're not getting past him. He's a wall there. I think there's subtle things here that may say he is a better athlete than expected. If we do a weight adjusted athleticism, can you get out there? All right, it was coming. If it wasn't such a quick throw, I would have liked to seen him pick up that slot blitz. Again, very patient in this set. He's moving well in his pass sets. Yeah, he anchors, man. And these guys are getting killed inside. Like he's doing his job, and we're still seeing the quarterback deal with guys right in his face. Oh, is that a touchdown? We got a penalty. It must be a guy, a legal man downfield, it looked like. Oh, he's holding there. They're going to call that one there? Not. Okay, we got a little hand grabbing going on. Yeah, he's definitely got a handful of that jersey, right? He lets go. And even like whenever you do that, I'm like, yeah, you must have done something. But I've talked about this before. Like holding happens a lot of times when the player with the ball does something unexpected. He's already holding there. So maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe this isn't a great example. But when you go that way and the rusher goes with you, that's when it looks like a hold because he didn't expect him to break the pocket. Oh, excuse me. Or when a running back bounces it to a hole he's not supposed to. All right, must be third quarter. So we're back on our left side. I'm gonna go back. I lost him because I was looking at the tight end. Okay, there's a nice little rib shot from into Byron Murphy. Get up and get 41. Yeah, overplayed it a little bit because the running back bounced it out. He's on Sweat, double teaming on Sweat. They drive him inside. They do their job. Surprised he didn't go and help his guard there. Maybe it's an adjustment second half. Oof. Yeah, a tight end and Latham here. So on this side, blocking 95. We're gonna get a little bit of You hold him up, let me crush him and still stick with him. Stay on the block. Maintaining your blocks. Bengals struggle with that, I feel like. A lot of that's another sign of athleticism when you can maintain blocks as guys are trying to break it. Can you dance with them in advance? Oh, I haven't seen this play before. Very nice. All right, Latham one-on-one with number 1 here. Let's see the move again. Really like his balance. He looks very balanced. Look at that trunk he's got, man. He's double cheeked up here on this Friday afternoon. Good power generator, that thing back there. Makes you look like a right tackle and a nose tackle too. Okay, we got some power against him here. Talking about power generator. Let's see why he lost this one. All right, 45's got his hands inside into the chest. Face contact now. And then, ooh, yeah, good. That's why you bench. That's a bench rep right there. And one more for pressure. That's a good rush by 45. What happened there for Latham is that he never wins with his hands. His hands are never in an advantageous situation. Like they are there. And all right, so we got to play action. So his hands are outside. You can see Latham's right hand around the shoulder there. But he pulls him down. Now you got to get your hands reset. He does. Now he's more in a pass blocking posture. It's a nice pocket for that quarterback. Back run blocking with his tight end. Goes the other way. Man, you can see 94 buckle under the weight of this contact here. So he's definitely got his head low. That's going to be a thing. He's going to have to work on his eye level. But for him to be, again, he's listed at 6'6". I wouldn't be surprised if he's 6'4" and some change. He doesn't look that tall, but his pad level is really good. If he is 6'6", his pad level is fantastic. But his eye level needs to come up a little bit. 94 off the chip there, loses his balance. He's not really controlled and contained here. We got Latham with left arm out, makes contact, and the guy just crumbles. Oh, I find myself rooting for whatever team I'm watching. People ask who my favorite college team is. I don't have one. It's whoever I'm watching. Like that play there, that guy missing. I just like good football. Good contact power again on 88. You can see how much he affects whoever the defender is when he makes contact with him. All right, we got a sack, not against Latham, but we're going to get him again to shoot the one hand, pull it back, right hand this time, pull it back. Now the left hand looks like he knocked down that right hand of 97 and then gets his hands back in. He's on the shoulder now, one hand on the shoulder, one hand more in the ribs. As the guy's trying to spin back inside, he controls him very well. Where's that sack come from? Oh, number 0. Dip around that corner on the other side. Watch this on the other side. I mean, he just goes for it and just dips and then lifts off. Runs that arc. Woof. Use your hand, 74. Get him out of there. Yeah, if that was Latham, I'd be killing him right now. Like, come on, use your hands. I don't know what happened there. That play looked like it got delayed. The timing was all off. Latham looked like he thought the play was already done. All right, I'd like to see him finish these next two. What's the score here? Let me see real fast. 13-9, so they need this. Okay. 2-minute warning. It's nice to have a fast quarterback, man. Break out of there. Oh, third quarter. It's only third quarter. We got time. They may consider that a pressure on him. Did you see here? It's funny because they're looking for the blitz for sure. You see the right guards looking this way. Latham even peeked inside this way. The blitz is coming off the slot with 21 right here. They were both aware of it and expecting something. Running back picks that up, sort of. Not really. They're giving up this outside edge. This quarterback's really got to get up in the pocket. That ball probably should have been out. The way they're all blocking, as if they really only got to block for 2 seconds max. Good hand battles there between he and 91. He's got to get out on the play action here, make it look like he's, coming out this way and then protecting the arc. His arms look long. Oh yeah, I love seeing when you can actually see his hand grasp the arm of the other guy. That's control over your technique. That's control over your hands. Those are good to see. What a throw and catch. Good tracking, number 3. Fourth quarter now. Oh my Lord. Oh my. Yikes. I was gonna say, does he catch that? So we've got now let's eyes back on the O line. Let's focus on it. He's got a slide left this time with the run, similar to play action. It is play action, but similar to the last play we discussed. And then gets that right arm on the rusher just to make sure he's got him, make sure they flow with him. And then now you're in pass pro. Now you got to protect. Now you get your hands in there. You got to anchor and protect. And he does a good job. A lot of play action out of shotgun stuff. Got a sack from the other side, huh? 74 is really struggling. He threw him into his quarterback. Eyes back on 65. Let's keep it on Latham. I don't want to look at other guys too often. See left hand onto the right arm. Gets his hands re-anchored inside, grabbing just a little bit too much right there. We haven't seen his flag yet, I don't think. So one of these may have been flagged. We don't know where it is yet. Got help from his guard there. Good throw. Good window throw. They're down by 11. Nothing for Latham there. Okay, climb to the second level. He missed actually. He over pursued here. So he wants to bump the D tackle and then climb and get 41. So let's see here. Sometimes when the D tackle goes so far inside, now it leaves you inside because you weren't expecting to be there, and the play's going to the right, and now you're over pursuing on the left. So they were slanting their D line that way and bringing their linebacker this way. This is rock paper scissors. You're playing rock, they're playing paper, and you end up out of position. And now the pulling guy has to take on your guy and blows the whole thing up. So don't kill Latham for that. If it's a reoccurring thing where he's over pursuing or under pursuing second level defenders, then we will note it. But so far, we have not seen that. Pass pro here. Not much of a threat. Not much going on there on the right side. Oh, nice. You got 3 Longhorns on the ground there. Going for 2. They tried to run the dip this time, like the guy we saw 0 running on the other side and get the sack. And Latham's got to take a step inside here and then roll with it. So now he's going to try and dive underneath that pass rusher. I think that's 41. And you see Latham get his hand in the chest. And now we've got the rip to make it look like a holding. But as long as Latham can stay between he and the quarterback, and he does, we're good. Unless they called that. And I don't think they did. We're good. We've got a 10-point game now, fourth quarter. 91's barely. He looks like he's containing, if anything, there. Helping out with the stunt. We're pressing as a whole here as Alabama. 8 minutes to go. They're down by 10. Helping out your guard. I mean, But the quarter the ball's gotta come out, right? He's got one hand trying to help out the guard here. We've got a is this supposed to be a twist or a stunt? These guys are almost running into each other. And then as the quarterback steps up and away, no one ever engages with that DN. He gets a free sack. I think that's more on the quarterback than anything. So that is JC Latham versus Texas. So overall, a very good impression of Latham there. I think he looks more athletic than I was told. So we'll see, if that means elite athleticism or is he just a good athlete. But the power and the technique, I'm into it. So I'll take that. We're gonna jump into this Auburn game real quick here, but I wanted to show you guys something that First Star sent me, and it killed me. But it's funny. This is First Star in a nutshell, by the way. They made Joe Goodberry bobbleheads. I don't know what I'm gonna do with these. They sent me a whole box, a shipment of them. It kind of looks like Mr. Beast. Anybody know who Mr. Beast is? Do I have a goatee? I need to shave more. Um, but these are hilarious. I guess they're supposed to look cartoonish, right? So when I get it, you ever get a caricature of yourself? The drawings. You ever see those? Those ever come up on your reels on Instagram or on TikToks, and they give them to people and they die. That was my reaction seeing this. I couldn't believe it. It's awesome. That's First Star all the way. Just doing crazy extra stuff. If you're interested, we'll find a way to get one to you. I'm sure. So leave a comment. But let's jump into this next game here against Auburn. Okay, we've got Auburn queued up here. First quarter, we're going to be on the right side here. 65 at right tackle, JC Latham. This game, he does not get charged with a pressure. So let's see about that. Starting off with the run, going to the left. Only 3-man rushing in this play. I hate when we get a game and it's only 3-man rushing because you get things like this where you can just really you have so much of a safety net. You've got the running back on the right side, maybe a tight end. You've got the guard. You can be more aggressive. You're not really worrying about getting beat. Let's see how he opens that lane there. I like the way he's climbing up here, staying with the flow of the play. You see the timing of it all. And he wanted to get a piece, but 19 kind of threw his guy inside a little bit. Hmm. No one really there in the second level for him to block. 3rd and 17, so we should get a 4-man rush, pass rushing. This guy's running the arc. Woo! Okay, this is a play worth evaluating. 3rd and 17. We've got an edge rusher all the way out here, and he is wide, and he is, man, it's a stance that looks like this guy's gonna fly, right? Let's watch that first step get out there. It's good depth there. This is a C set. Hands on him. He's kind of, I would say at this point, you've allowed this guy to gain leverage on this arc here. If he runs this correctly, that little push may have saved him. So what I mean is if you don't get your hands on him, this guy's going to cut this corner and run directly at your quarterback there. But that little push, you can see it affected the pass rusher. As soon as I saw that right arm come up by him, I could tell he lost balance. You'll see a lot of times rushers need to swing their arm or twirl their arm. You ever run around, a tight angle, try and run around a hula hoop, and you need your arms to help you balance. It's a sign of a lack of athleticism or getting knocked off balance by a big 330 something pounder here. You can even see the dirt getting kicked up. So he does a good job there, but now he has to chase, and he does just enough here on this edge. Push him outside. I think he gets a penalty in this game as well. Maybe it wasn't the Texas game that I'm thinking of then. Maybe it's the Auburn game where he definitely gets a penalty, but no pressures surrendered. Yeah, you can just lock in there on a 3-man rush. These have so little value for me in the evaluation department on a 3-man rush. Can we climb up and get that linebacker? Okay, yes. Oh, he ended up throwing him right into the right into the running back. But you can't really help that, right? The run ended up going to the outside completely. He's latched on here. You in this scenario now, once we talked about how do you not get called when the guy rips, you have to stay between the ball carrier or the quarterback and the rusher. Well, in this scenario, when you're climbing up and now you've got a grip, how do you stop from getting called? When you are now no longer between the running back and the defender, push him is your best bet. Don't hold. You can just let go, but you're really not going to affect the player. Push him. That's what he ends up doing. Right into the running back. Things can happen there, but I'd rather take that than get a holding call. We've got over lunging again. Here you can, like, I'm not going to kill him, or like maybe some people wouldn't kill him because, hey, they ended up being a touchdown. And I can see both arguments because here you're saying, okay, the gap, and we're going to try and run between the right guard and the right tackle. So I don't want to let the defender get inside of me no matter what. And if that means I've got to fly out of my stance and stay to the left and make the defender go to the right, then that's what I'll do. And you can see even with his posture, that left foot goes up and in, right foot's almost back. You're inviting that guy to go to your right shoulder. And even though he lunges and misses on it, it's enough to get the guy to run around and he can't come back and get to the running back. If that's a thought process, then that's not a bad play. Although seeing him lunge a couple times is starting to become a thing. Got by the D on there. Lock him out and then come back by the rib. Not a major impact on the play, just something to note there. Man, he is latched on. And I don't know if that was a good thing or not there. They didn't call it. Let's watch it a little bit slower then, huh? Yeah, he's very forward leaning there. He's over his toes. You want to be more balanced than that. So the DN's going to go out and he's going to go straight up to get this run blitzing linebacker. That's just enough to get him inside, wash him inside. Frontside guys got to get their blocks. They couldn't, and it ends up going for nothing. Good call by the defense. Good execution. Ooh, there was nobody there. What's the penalty? There's multiple penalties. Oh, they hooked him on the edge. 88, 81, 81. And you didn't have to do that. That guy's gone. You didn't have to do that. You just got to box him out. You just have to set the pick. Someone missed the snap count there, and he's doing a great job. Latham's doing a great job. He doesn't even have the snap. He is latched on, man. Those hands are strong. Those hands are strong. You want them to be athletic enough to match that because you can end up with these guys that get to the NFL with very strong hands that want to latch on and lean. If they're not the athletes in the lower half, what tends to happen when they get to the NFL is they match with better athletes that are going to knock their hands off. So now you're taking away a strength. Now you're not latching on as often as you were in college. And now your athleticism lower half is getting beaten by these better athletes. So it's something to be aware of. I want to be a guy that can latch on because you got to be able to sustain blocks. You got to have strong heads. You got to control blockers. Because even when it's a 50-50 fight, just gaining a small percentage of an advantage to twist a guy or turn a guy out like that right there, man, that's some core strength right there. Because you're getting some help by your guard here. And finishing. That's nasty. But just the small little bits of having that hand strength can be a difference in turning a guy away from your running back. Hey, he got contact at the second level there. Didn't really finish it. I don't think the play went where it was supposed to go. 2 minutes left now in the first. Oh yeah, drive that guy and turn him. So we're 65 right tackle here. Get to the inside. Right here, this guy for whatever reason is bouncing back to the outside. Now's your opportunity to flip your hips and get completely in between he and the running back, and Latham does there. If they're going to give you it, even if it's a little bit of space, your job as the lineman is to take it and get in the way. Create the take advantage of the advantage they're giving you is what I'm trying to say. He's doing just enough on these last couple. Last couple plays are going away from him. Really, that time the rusher's going around the outside. So again, latching on these 3-man rushes. I mean, I don't know. You know, not much in the evaluation I can take from that. They're just trying to keep the quarterback in the pocket when you do that on defense. All right, flipping. We're on the other side now. Auburn's giving them a fight here, 7-7 after the first quarter. All right, we got a pass rush. And he is anchoring, man. So he's losing the hand battle there, in my opinion. The rusher's got both hands inside. You can see him affecting his top half. He's starting to bend back. And now he's got a long arm here, which means you definitely have the length advantage. One arm is longer than two arms. And it still doesn't matter. Okay, so now the guy's going to try and break back inside here. Let's watch Latham's inside left foot. Oh, that's stuck in the ground. That is just absorbing everything. And see how quickly he flipped his right leg back into that same spot? Hey, he might be a better athlete than expected. Good play, quarterback. Way to find that guy open off script. Did they count that? 10? They must not have counted that. They're just trying to get out of here, trying to get out of the shadow of their own goalpost. 7 minutes left, 10-7. Let's watch Latham here against 91. Controlling them, pushing them out, still controlling them. Good job. Good run block. That boy is powerful. Yes, again, they're coming in with power here against, I mean, why? So this rusher is gonna take one step out, bring in the power now, convert speed to power. And he's landing his hands inside, but man, Latham looks long. And that's the grip strength right there. Even though the guy trying to break free and you still have your hand gripped on him and you're not letting him off. Yeah, we're starting to hit the same notes over and over. Maybe a little bit of over lunging. Maybe a bit grabby, but he is powerful. And I do like his patience and balance in pass sets. He looks definitely more athletic there than I expected. See, there's hands and power again. So as this guy's coming around, watch where his hands are going to land. He's going to end up with one hand in his chest, the other hand on the right outside shoulder. And then he's going to flip that, and now he's underneath. As the guy went for a long arm, maybe I'm thinking that's what that was. You see how Latham's hand went from upper shoulder, and now it's coming down to the armpit, and now it's underneath there. You get your arm underneath this guy's arm like that. And kids, if they're bull rushing you in school and you can get on there and lift his arm up, that bull rush is nullified. Lift him up. Forklift certified. We did this during the regular season. Climbing second level. Can we get 9? Just enough there. I'd like to see him kill a second level guy. Like, he hasn't had a great second level block yet in the 2 games we watched. Easy money there. I mean, he's just knocking hands away, looking strong. Is that a 3-man rush again? I wouldn't be surprised. I didn't count. Now you got 15 coming in. They're trying to get the nickel pass rush, nickel blitz. Made sense why I took that angle. $50 gave them everything they can handle there between that right tackle, right guard. 14-10, Auburn's up. 3-man rush again. You see how he jump sets on these guys and just tries to latch onto them for the whole ride. Minute 50 now. We're in a 2-minute warning, 2-minute drill. Spin move. All right. Guy wants to go inside. We'll take him inside. So let's be patient here. Hands are down low. He's got low, wide hands going on. This is Willie Anderson stuff. And there's the punch. And the guy wants to knock down your left hand of Latham and spin inside. If I can knock down the inside hand, you have nothing to re-grab me with. So let's see. Latham does a good job mirroring, flipping. Look at his kick step going inside here. And now we want to turn this. You got his hands back in there. So he's mirrored. He's with him. Now, can we turn this into power and drive him past the quarterback? Yeah, just enough for a touchdown. I mean, that's good block. That is very good out of JC Latham. Very good. 17-14 now. Good awareness. As soon as you see this guy dropping out, right? Watch his eyes. Okay, you're dropping out. Boom. Let's look inside now. And see how he taps his guard to yeah, I got him. Go ahead and help out inside. The blitz is probably coming from the inside. So their communication, awareness there, blitz pickup, they've been nailing it in 2 games so far. I like when he can get inside on someone like that. One gap over, get a reach block. Oh yeah. Yep. He had to really get out there. So they're rushing this. What is the what's the down and distance on this? 3rd and 5? Okay. Took me too long to recognize that. I haven't been looking at the down and distance. Let's watch him get out of the stance. Oh yeah, that's very quick. I mean, look at the left tackle. Look at Latham versus the left tackle. Latham is out in his stance. He's gaining depth and ground. He's using his arms to help him get out there. And he's got 50 he's got to contend with here. Both guys are going outside. Even pulling him. I can't tell who it is. Is 50 trying to slow Latham down? Is that 50's hand? Trying to slow him down so the edge rusher can get around? You get your hands on him at the apex of the arc. So the apex of the arc is I can only go so far upfield or else you'll just push me around. At some point, I got to bend it and come into the quarterback. And that's usually around this point here. So that at the apex, that's your inflection point as the tackle. You can make contact again with the rusher. Can you get your hands on them? Can you have enough power and athleticism to get to that spot and meet them? Where's that at? And there it is right there. And he has the power, and he's still mirroring. Look at him over there, still keeping his butt to the QB. That's a great rush or great block from Latham. Looks like they're down by 3 here. I have to check it again in the next play. Not really rushing. They're trying to get the other side going. No, they're up by 3. Okay. There we go. Can we get to the second level? We cannot again. I'd like to see him get to these guys. He should have been able to get to this. He's right here. Should have been able to release and get to 9. Especially if nobody ends up over top you, which no one really is. It's just 52. Once 52 goes inside, that's why he's got a little delay there. I'd like to see him be able to get to that. Because then the receiver can get up to the next guy. I mean, that's the idea, right? Nice power. He and the guard on 92 there. Still going. We got him in the dirt here. So keep your eyes on him. Keep your eyes on 92, the lineman for Auburn. Don't take your eyes off just yet. And finish. Got some finishing plays. Again, they're just trying to get the other side. That's why this guy's not really rushing. You can tell when they're not really actually trying to rush on you. They're trying to contain the quarterback so the other side can get the rush. Little power there. Little hands to the face, but you know what? He lifts this guy. There's a punch, one-hand punch. He gets his hand back down and inside. Now a two-hand punch to the chest. And you see him lift that rusher just a little bit. That is good technique. Those are accurate punches. He looks long there too. Those guys aren't even close. They're not affecting him at all. Still a 3-point game. All right, kick him out. Let's pull. Let's get to somebody. He pushes. It was that. What number is that? 36. He pushes him. He pushes him. This is where he doesn't look like a great athlete. Like he's not going to run a fast 40. That's what it's going to be. But I bet his agilities and stuff are going to be fine. Oh, you could have cut back all the way there. Hmm. All right, let's finish this drive off, Bama. You're coming down on 50. Yep. And he got the good jump on you there. Good job. Good job redirecting. I want to go back to it if we can. Okay. 50 is going to get off really good. And really, the only two guys out there staying third, Latham and 50. And the center, of course, because he knows the snap. But so he gets in on, and yeah, but you're just out lengthening him, redirecting, staying with it, latching on. Nice. 21-20. Bama is down. They need a score. Oh, I thought this, you know what? So remember, he doesn't get charged with the pressure in this game. So let's watch this, knowing this. We've got a blitz coming from the outside edge. I think that's blitz. That might be 11. We might have seen him rush before. But anyways, he's going to dip inside this time. And he's got contact, but he's got to worry about the running back right behind him coming around to get 30. So that's the stunt here is 11 and 30. And Latham's got his man. He can't just release him and go on with him. So he's got to ride him. He's got one hand on the shoulder, chest area, one hand on the back hip. When you get that hand on that back hip, you can really control and power a guy around the arc. And this time it's working as if he's the left tackle. He's got to get this arc back around the quarterback this way, allow the quarterback to sneak out the other way, especially because he's looking that way completely. Oh, and you know what? He gets him enough and then resets his hands even more in the back completely there, pushes him in the back. So that's not 11. Is that 0, that rush there? Well, the quarterback's still running. Easy money again, that D tackle. Like athleticism wise, whenever those D tackles go out on a 3-man rush, he looks like those guys look sloppy and slow compared to Latham. Oof. Nice move by the quarterback. Locking down 90 all the way down. Washed him down completely. We should be in a third down situation here. You got 3rd and 3. 4.5 minutes to go. You got 11. Good punch. Reset. Good job. Oh, what a block. That guy came out of nowhere. Yep, that's a penalty. Old school. That stuff used to be good. 3rd and 3. Again, we're rerunning it. Hey, we've got some evaluation tape right there. We got something to talk about. Guy's going to try and convert that speed to power, right? Or is he just going to... His hands are inside. So let's watch that left hand there. You can see because he's got the black tape. Looks like he's going to try and break that elbow or lift it up. Which one is it? No, he just redirected it back inside, worked his way back in, and now he's got an anchor. So you're getting bent back here. Let's watch his feet. Man, he just couldn't. He didn't even have to. That's not even like really re-anchoring or resetting his feet. He is here. Okay, so that's there. And then eventually you got to dig those feet in, and he does there at that point. Man, that's some power. Auburn's up by 4 now. Is that correct? Let's go back to that. Yeah, 4 to 24-20. Hmm. 10 minutes to go. I thought that was just 2-minute warning. It was 3rd quarter. I did the same as last game. Nothing to note yet. 3rd and 10 though. Let's see if we get a rush here. Let's watch on the right side. Nope, they're faking it. Not out of bounds. Did he get a foot down? Let's see. Are they gonna come on rush against him? Let's see something. He got knocked off balance a little bit there. 3rd down. Hmm. Like to see him stay with some of these blocks. We got a false start. There's his penalty. They didn't call it? Okay. Yeah, because I'm not sure where his penalty is, and I don't want it to come with 4 minutes left in a tight game here. That's not ideal. All right, nothing to note lately. Let's see. Let's get a one-on-one going. See, I mean, your guards over there getting beat. Oh, yikes. Doing your job. All it takes is one guy to lose. 50, man. 50 had a couple nice reps earlier. He looks like he's at the nose this time, too. He's coming all the way around against Latham. Latham's got to stick with him. Oh, we got a chance, man. 4. Go for it. Ooh, good hits. Man, you knocked yourself out there. 238. Pitching out. Latham's got the block. Sealing that guy inside. First down and 7 from the 7. Oof. Ouch. Watch Latham there on the right side. Gets that right knee or left knee. And then everyone buckles in the pressure in the back of him, and his knees buckle. Minute 40 left. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yikes. This is going to be a 3rd and 26. We should get a great pass route situation here. Let's see if they do it or if they just try to keep him in the pocket. They're just keeping the pocket. Why would you do that? You're going to give him this much time? You're going to let him dance around and find someone? You already know he can run the ball. Man, he's out of time, though. Oh, I thought he was going to catch it there at the 3. 4th and 31 now. I wonder if they're going to do the same thing. They actually get a little bit of a rush here. 3-man, 2-man rush? This guy's just spying in the middle? You're out of your mind. Oh, my God. That was awesome. I think they just won the game. Oh, that's sick. So, yeah, I just looked it up real fast. That was a catch. Crazy that Auburn even decided to rush 2 on that. Oh, anyway, keeping it on Latham. Hey, I think he looked good. I think those 2 games are really, really good. And I'm looking at his PFF scores, and it's pretty indicative. Those 2 games, pretty indicative of how the whole season went. Remember, I said he only gave up 14 pressures and 2 sacks all year. We saw 2 pressures. You maybe could argue 3, maybe total. But, yeah, well, if that Michigan game comes up online, I will maybe circle back around depending on how he tests. If he tests tremendously, he's going to go, I think, top 12, looking at rankings around the internets. But if not, if he tests even average, this is such a good tackle class, the way it's ranking. You know, we still got to watch him. But for me, I'm going to watch 2 other games before I put a final grade on him. But as of this moment, I'm thinking like 82. Oh, I just had something jump off the shelf on me. Oh, but I'm thinking like an 82, which means solid first round grade. I would take him at 18. If we're saying we get a power right tackle that's got some movement, mirroring ability in pass pro, we didn't get to see it from climbing up second level. You're not going to be able to have him get out in front in space on pulls and things like that. But you know what? You can't have everything when you're picking 18. You're obviously not getting an elite prospect. But as of now, sure, thumbs up on that. And I think the next guy I'm going to go with is Amarius Mims. So that should be next week, and we'll see what he's got to offer. This has been Bengals on the Brain, presented by First Star Logistics. Got my First Star shirt on. Always. I actually have a lot of First Star stuff. They keep sending me gear. Shout out to them. Thank you. But I'm Joe Goodberry. Until next time, Uday.
Dave Lapham here, and every day I am grateful for my experience to have played professional football. As a player, I realized self-motivation, leadership, and appreciating your teammates are key. At First Star Logistics, you can use those same attributes to create the life you want for you and your family. Build your future by working hard like I did. You'll see results both on and off the field. Call First Star Logistics today and be part of our winning team.
Opportunity knocking.